Alright guys, today's project is we have to change the front struts on my 2007 Chevy Suburban. This truck has 2 engines I have put in this truck already, and it has over 300 and I believe 34,000 miles on it. So the struts finally went out here in the front on the actual driver's side, but we're going to change both of them. You always need to change both of them because one side has just as many miles as the other side. So the first thing we got to do, we got to get this tire off and let you know. I got the Monroe Quick Struts. I got this off eBay. They was only $99, which I've seen these same struts almost every parts store for like almost $300. So I'll put the link in the description for you can get these at the $99 if they still at that price at that time. So let's get this tire off, and that way we get this project over with. And it is raining a little bit, so we're gonna have a little raining noise behind us, but we still should be able to hear me pretty good. So let's get started. I failed to mention that these are active shocks. They're electronic shocks, but we're gonna go back with passive shocks, and we got a little module that we need to connect into the actual electrical connection on top of the shock. So we'll show you that when we get there, but we are going back with passive shocks, not the actual active shocks that came on the truck. So just wanted to make sure I told you guys that, and hopefully everything will go pretty good. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to get the bottom bolts out of here, out the bottom of the actual strut. Then we can go up top. It's 3 nuts on top that we need to take loose, and that would take out this whole strut. So I'm going to get some WD-40 and just spray on these bolts before they come out, because it is a little dirt on there. They're not rusted, but they just got a little dirt on it. Just want them to come out much easier. Okay, these 2 bolts are 15 millimeter. And they're awful long. I am using air tools. You don't need to, but it's just easier. And I have them, so I'm going to use them. So now we got both of the bottom bolts out. We need to get this little clip off here. So now we're gonna move to the top. We're gonna move to the top bolts here. We're gonna go on top of the truck to get those out. We're also gonna spray some WD-40 on these, and that way they just come out much easier. All right, here on top of the actual strut, it's hard to see in here because there's so many wires, but you have one bolt right here. Then you have another one up under here. Then there's one more that has a little clip on top of it. You just remove the clip, and it's right here. And these bolts are supposedly be 18 millimeter, but we're gonna spray some little WD-40 on them. My can is about out. Come on, WD. Don't fail me now. Okay, I know you can't see too good, but that's what we're dealing with. It's a rainy day. The sun's not out. I got a headlight on, but it's not shining that bright. But let's keep going. Okay, we got the 3 top nuts off here, so we can go down to the bottom and see if we can remove this strut. But before we move this strut, we're going to take off the actual connection on top of the shock here. So what we got to do is press this little lever at the bottom. Just press it in, and it should release off the top here. So let's go to the bottom and see if we can't get the shock out of here. Well, the shock and it's a strut, but you know what I mean. Okay, now that we got the actual strut loose from the top and the bolts from the bottom, let's see if we can get this out of here. As you can see, it just came out from the top and I got dust on it, but the other one should hopefully just slide back in there. Make sure you orient the actual studs here to go back up in the hole the way the other one came out, because it's got one in the front and two on the side, and we're going to put it back in there just the way we took it out. We're just going to get one of the nuts just to be able to hold it in place so we don't have to sit here and hold it while we mess with the bottom part. We got it in. Let me move you to the side so you can see the bottom of the actual strut. As you can see, the actual strut, or the bottom of the shock part of the strut, is not on top of the actual A-arm here. So we need to figure out a way to get that to get on top, and I think I could put enough pressure on the actual brake calipers here to push it down to get that pulled on top. I do have a jack stand under here that's keeping it nice and secure, so I'm gonna put some weight on the top here just with my body and pull that on top. And I'm gonna use the factory bolts because they lasted this long, and I prefer factory over any aftermarket bolts or anything like that. So you just got to get that in there lined up. Okay, we get the other side. Alright, we got that in. All we need to do is tighten up the bottom bolts here. So once we get the nuts on top, we'll go ahead and torque everything and we'll be done with this side. Okay, well, up here at the top, we're going to go ahead and use the factory nuts here also, because like I said, factory is always better to me, it's just my opinion, than aftermarket, especially nuts, bolts and stuff like that. So we're just trying to get these on here much as possible we can with our hands, without using the tool real first anyway. Like I said, we're just going to snug them up. And we'll come back and torque those to 37 foot-pounds also. Okay, now we got to do something with this electrical connection here that went to the other active shocks. We're going to disconnect the top here. Just got two tabs. We just pull them out. Uh-oh, sorry about that. Now we get you guys set back up here. Like I said, we just took the actual connector that went on top of the actual strut. We just took it off, and then we got the actual connector here that went into it. Here in this box, I will put all these parts in the description. We got two basically resistors, but I like these much better because they was you just clip them on to the actual connector. You didn't have to splice any wires and that type thing. I believe these was like $24 or something like that. But it does have the resistor inside of it. It just, then it's shrink wrapped and all that good stuff. I just thought it was a better looking product. But all we need to do is get our connector, and these are the wrong ones. Well guys, these are the wrong ones for this actual connector, but they work. They just don't have the clamps on the side here. So all it does is, you know, there's a resistor in there that makes the truck thinks that it's an actual electronic shock here. So I'm going to use them. I'm just going to put some electric tape around this connector here, and then I'll just zip tie it to this bunch of wires here before it doesn't move, because I hate to go through the process of waiting for new ones to come in. Then your truck has check engine lights on, that type thing. So they're usable, and I'm going to use them, and let me show you once I get it taped up and everything. You guys can see it. As you can see, I just, like I said, taped up this end. This is not coming off, and this resistor doesn't have any polarity, so it doesn't matter what side is what. It just needs to be here, like I said, for the truck to think it's that active shock is still here. So, but like I said, I'm just gonna zip tie this up to this bundle of wires here, so it doesn't move around and jump around in there. Has a good sturdy place to be. Come on, zip tie. Work with me. And that's pretty much it for that install. So like I said, everything is together and torqued, so we should be done with this side. All we have to do is the other side, but it's all should be the same. Alright guys, that should be it. This is the, like I said, this should be a smooth install with these struts. They're not too tough. Like I said, with filming and everything, it probably took me 30 minutes to do this install. And all the parts I use, I have them in the description. And like I said, that resistor goes on top to that electrical connector. I would look for the ones that actually clip in there, that the right ones, and I put them in the description along with the ones I got here. So like I said, I don't think I'm gonna have any problem with that. But that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate you watching the video, and like I said, the other side should be the same way, so you shouldn't have any problems if you did this side. But to the next video, guys, we out of here. Thanks for watching.